What is the source of this? The abuse of women, essential slavery, human trafficking, on and on.
Well, it's the worst human rights abuse on earth, and it's basically unaddressed. I'll start with the worst statistic that I know, and that is that 160 million girls are now missing from the face of the earth because they were murdered at birth by their parents, or either selectively aborted when the parents find out that the fetus is a girl. So that's many people are missing, and they're all girls who are missing. The second,
and how many countries represented in this?
A good many countries. I don't know how many parents in America would rather have a boy than a girl if they're very poor and they feel they can't support children. But in about 15 years ago, there was an accurate assessment in China, and 50 million were already missing there because the Chinese government had mandated one is best, two is most. Mm-hmm. And then India has had the same problem with them, and in many other countries as well. So now, for instance, in China and India and South Korea and some other countries, young men can't find brides to marry. So they buy brides, and that increases the amount of slavery that exists on earth. The slave trade now is much greater than it ever was in the 19th century. It amounts to about $32 billion a year. And the United States State Department is required by law now to assess the slavery market. And they estimate that 800,000 slaves are sold across international borders every year. And 80% of those slaves sold are young girls who are being sold into the sex slavery. And this occurs, about 100,000 of them are in the United States, not sold across international borders. Atlanta is a key of a human trafficking or slavery trade.
How and why would it be? Well, how and why does it exist anywhere? How and why would Atlanta be the center of it in the United States?
I think because we have the largest airport on earth, and people come there from all over the southern part of the hemisphere, where girls can be bought cheaper than in other parts. In the southern part of a hemisphere, in Latin America, and also, say, in Africa and so forth, in some parts of Asia, you can buy a girl, they can buy a girl for $1,000. In Europe and so forth, it costs up to $8,000.